let me show you how you're going to use your NDUMA or arrowroots for you to start making beautiful snacks and some bitings from home. So we are not going to boil it, we are not going to do anything, but just a simple way on how to do this with some nice taste, and then we shall be good. So this is very easy for you. What I use is I clean the NDUMAs or the arrowroots from the outside by the knife. So I clean it because at times they are always dirty. You know, these are arrowroots, they are grown in the soil, so they have a lot of soil on it. And if these are just fresh from the farm, and you can see they have some soil on it, some loam soil, so you have to clean it very well before you start preparing. So make sure you clean them by using the available knife. For me, I'll use the knife. I don't know what you use because it also depends with how you want them to look like. So, but that's the best way is to use the knife because it will clean every part, and then whatever you remain with the inside part, which is the starch part, is very nice for you to use. So we are going to do this all over again and again. Make sure you clean them, all of them. So let me show you the simplest way. Okay, let me show you this simplest way. So watch this video to the end. We are going to do this to all the arrowroots. So I'll clean them up. If you have any other method you want to use, so I don't know, but this is my method. So if you have any other method to clean them up, you can use them. We have those ones who just scrub it out and then they start now cleaning it, they wash it. But because I fear, I don't want to remain with the darker parts, so I just cut them off. Make sure you also don't just cut the whole skin away. Clean it in a smaller way like this, 1 2 3 like that, and make sure they are clean, all of them. Do not cut into small pieces. Now this is how you're going to do this. Watch very keenly, okay? Watch very keenly and make sure you subscribe, okay? Hit the notification bell. So you'll pick your crater and choose the part which is very soft, which can now create all this very nicely. So I use this part because it's one of the best parts I use, and it will create it. So we have those people, we have some guys, or if you have a blender, we have a Robocop, what you call Robocop. It's a type of blender that can crush every that can make this to look like a paste or something, like a paste like this. So if you have that blender which can crush it into paste, you cut into small pieces, but you're not going to use now the crater like the one I'm using right now. You see this one. This is now what I want it to look like. But we have someone who has the crater, so you cut the small pieces and then crate it and then crush it using your blender. So I used it this way to all the. This is the cheapest tool you can use is to crush it, to create it, and then you see when you touch it, you'll see something sticky. It is much sticky because it's watery and it has some little warmth into it. So you'll see it has some starch. So the starch keeps it together. So that's why it looks like this. But if you have a blender and you have blended it and it doesn't look, don't add anything into it. So it has enough water. It has enough water for it to stick together. So you don't need to worry about it. So as you can see, it's somehow sticky. Okay, it's somehow sticky. When you touch it, you'll see it comes together. Like you see, it's so sticky. It can make a ball. You can do what with it. So this happens because it is starch. Okay, so this one shows you that you can mold anything from this. So what you do, you only try to let me go to show you, because it doesn't stick on my hand. Even if I never use the gloves, it doesn't stick on my hands. It's very nice. It's so sticky by itself. You can mold whatever you feel like. So this is one of the best NDUMA style I want to show you. All right, so if you feel this content is quite important for you, and if you want to make all this as a side hustle, as something that you can work from home, or if you want to make these snacks as your small business, make sure you subscribe. Okay, now what we shall do, we shall add in some salt. Okay, now we are going to add in some salt, and make sure you can taste, because this is not a poison. You can add in some salt, then taste. Okay, taste. We have people who can use, we have some, you can add in some tomatoes, not tomatoes, onions, chopped onions. You can add in chopped garlic. You can add in spices that you feel. You can add in small chili that you feel. But because right now I just want to make a flat one, a very simple one, I'll leave you at that. So you'll choose on what to add in. Because I once did one with cheese and it was very tasty, you know, with cheese. Wow, it was very tasty. Now what I'll do, I added in some green paste. Now this paste is made of scallions. I did scallions, onions, and some peppers, and then I blended them up. I'll show you one of these green paste. So I added in some green paste, added in some salt, some black pepper, some garlic powder, and other powders that you feel. Then I mixed the whole mixture together. I mixed the whole thing together, and it tastes very nice. It was very nice. So I mixed all of them together, as I make sure. So what I caution you is, don't make it so light, because if you add in some water, or if you add in more ingredients which have a lot of water, it will make this not to be a good, which can't give you the best shape that you feel that you want. Okay, so it looks this way. We are still mixing up. Have you subscribed yet? If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell, okay, so that you get all these tips from me. My name is Ernest Bridget. So keep watching. We are yet to go to another level. Now after this, I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. Okay, now I had just forgotten some little black pepper, so I'm going to add in some black pepper. And if you feel you want chili, okay, I like it with some chili, and I add in, you can cut your green chilies very finely chopped, and then add in. Then I added in some coriander, or dhania, as some of you call it. So I added in some dhania, and dhania tastes nice because it gives you the aroma and all sorts. So I mixed it up together. Okay, so I mix it up until I find a very nice paste, which can be done in terms of taste, in terms of aroma, so I mix it up very well. And then you can choose the things that you, as I say, the things that you want the ingredients to do that. So you can just choose the cheese. I like the cheddar cheese because it's one of the best cheese which goes on with anyone, so any meal, especially when it comes to snacks. It's very nice. So we want to make a mold, a very beautiful mold, where you can do. So mine, I use this spherical manner. So I mold them like fingers, and then I put them on my tray. I use the fingers, and most of these, I don't want to make them so huge to an extent that they don't get cooked until inside. So I use the fingers, little thinner, because I know this the arrowroots are always very tough. So I mold them in a finger style. So it will depend with you. This one is just an example. Or if you have molders, you can use the molders and make them spherical the way you like. You can make them the shape you feel. It's quite impressing to you. So it also depends with the whom are you presenting to, and how you're going to plate it on your plate. But the best way I did is to use this spherical manner, the finger style. So I did all this. Let me show you the next step how I did it. I took this plate, added in some little oil, so that it cannot stick on the plastic plate. So I put in there, I press up to an extent that I get the next level. Okay, a level which can quickly satisfy my thinness, the width, and the thickness. So it shouldn't fill up. So you can use any. This is just an example. You can use any method of molder that you have in there, so in your kitchen. So I put it on the chopping board, and then I use my knife to make sure that I get the shape that I want. So this is just an example. You can use the molders that you have. So I don't know in your kitchen which type of molders do you have, and which type, I don't know how you want them to look. Although when cooked, they'll just look the same, and it will be very, very delicious. So I used all this, and then I cut them like that. I mold them up. We shall do the next part where I'll show you how to clean them up. This one is just quickly because I want them to look spherical, and then we shall bring up the best shape ever so that they look similar all from the first one until the end to the last one. So I'm using this because I know I want to show you quickly on how you're going to do this. So we have other people who can use the spatulas. The spatulas can give you another shape again, not necessarily the knife. And if it's so sticky on your hand, the reason why I'm using the hand gloves is because the hand gloves are not adhesive with the arrowroot. So I'll clean it up, I'll mold them up, and then I proceed until I finish the whole mixture that I had. So I want to take you to the last shape. Now this is now getting my last shape. I use the molders. I arrange them there correctly. They don't stick together. Even if you stack them, all of them there, they don't stick them together. So I try to bring a beautiful shape, spherical finger shape, which can be equalized. It can be the same height, the same length, and then the same width. So we don't want to make very thick fingers of arrow fingers, but we're just making very beautiful fingers which are thin, so our oil will be very hot. So when I just insert in the water, in the oil, it will cook very quickly. So this can be done early in the morning, or you can do it early in the evening. If you have any snacks, you can use this one. You can make them as starters. And then now look at the shape. Look at this shape. It's very nice and well arranged. So it will depend with you how you can make them round in shape, small like biscuits or something like that, and then it will look very, very nice. So I want to take you to the fryer because our hot oil is already boiling up. So I'm going to show you how I inserted them. I first arranged them in the basket, and then my oil was too hot because arrowroots are always very tough. So I inserted in oil, clean oil, vegetable cooking oil in my fryer. So after boiling up, you'll start feeling the aroma which comes after. Okay, from here, this is how I did it. Went straight away. The first bunch, in fact, that was after boiling the first. So this one I want to show you step by step so that you get to understand that the arrowroots need to cook well. So we are still boiling them. We are still putting them in frying them, deep fryer. So you deep fry them, and then they look crispy. They will have something like crispy touch of it. So if you want to pre-cook them and then freeze them, make sure you cook them at halfway, and then you can cool them up, wrap them up the number that you feel, and then deep fry them after you have, maybe you're in the morning before you leave for work, before you go to school, or before your children goes out to school. You can finish up by now deep frying them, then finishing up after you take them from the freezer. You can do half cooking or blanching meat, but if you can cook them completely, it's very nice because some of them, they look very crispy and they can stay for very, very long. Look at them, they're very golden brown, very crispy, they don't break anyhow, and the taste is very awesome. This one can be done, you can take them by tea, you can have them with little snacks that you want, you can have them with your family or your friends if they're coming over, and they're very, very nice and locally affordable products which can be done from home. So this is one of the snacks that I wanted to show you guys about how to use your arrowroots to come up with a very nice dish which can be done to your kids, to your family, or to your function, and they look very awesome and the taste is quite well. And some of the clients who tested this, they ever told me that it sounds or it tastes very similar with meat, with red meat. So That's the best part of it. So you can use this to any other products of arrowroot, or you can use the sweet potato, or you can have Irish potatoes, which can come out very, very crispy and very nice. Look at them. Look at this. This is quite awesome. I wish you could be here and then test it. I like having this with mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is one of the sides sauce which is very cheap. You can make your own mayonnaise from home, or you can just buy the one on the stores and then come and use them and then mix it very well. Make sure you get the best taste ever and then use mayonnaise. Look at this one. It's very cooked. It's very easy for you to chew. It's not very that tough. Look at it. It's so easy for you to chew, very soft and very, very delicious. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you watch this video and the content is quite awesome. So make sure you hit the notification bell, subscribe to Ernest Digits, and let me show you next time on how to make more snacks.